Um, in Greendale, which was the first church, of course, which I served in Canada, we didn't have female deacons. And then we had Cornelia Lane coming back from Kansas, from Newton, where she was working, employed in the head office of the General Conference. And we proposed her to become a deacon. That was kind of a difficult decision, but it was Cornelia Lane, and everybody loved her. And she was so kind and so nice. And so then she got elected as a deaconess, and then other ones followed. Then then they discovered, wait a minute, they can do many things we as male cannot do. And then it became later on, it was almost, expected or hoped for that there would be a couple. And we had quite a few couples after that. Another one was, and that touches again on leadership and female issues, or female leadership issue. Somehow we had a very good, very well-going Bible study group, German Bible study group on Wednesday morning at 11 o'clock. They wanted to have it at 1 o'clock, and I said, no, I come from Paraguay. I need a siesta, at least for an hour. That's the worst time possible. Don't do this to me. Okay, 11 o'clock was fine. So we had a very good Bible study, and they were excited, and it was a very well-going Bible study. And so somehow I suggested, the leadership issue became a problem. Okay, who's going to lead the worship? The men died. It was 2/3 women anyway, and 1/3 men, because men didn't survive the Second World War, or the Gulag, or Siberia. They didn't survive it. And so there were fewer and fewer that could do the worship leading. I said, you have to do that. No, we cannot do that. A woman never will be allowed to stay behind the pulpit. I said, what? What's a pulpit? It's just something that's made of wood. There is no holiness or anything like that to the pulpit. I had to be careful, but at the same time, I didn't want to offend him. I said, let's study women leadership in the Bible. Okay, sure. And so we did. We started in the Old Testament and looked at all the women and the females that had tremendous impact and leadership roles in the Old Testament already. And then we went to the New Testament, and we looked at the New Testament, and we looked at all these women that did have churches in their house because they were rich or had big houses. And then they became deacons and deaconesses, but that was not all. They became leaders of the church. And then there's this one name, Junia or Junias, which in the past was always said it's a male. No, it's a female. Today there is no question she was a female, and Paul sends greetings to Junias or Junia, one of the outstanding apostles, not just a deacon, an apostle, somebody that is a missionary, somebody that proclaims the gospel of Jesus Christ. And they were listening, and they took it in, and they just loved it. So yes, we can give leadership. Yes, we will take it on. We will take on the responsibility. And that was incredibly important for the German service, because there were fewer and fewer of male worship leaders or preachers. So the women took it on. It was very interesting, though, that, and I love that lady. The lady has passed away in the meantime. And that once we were finished, and they were all very excited, she simply said, yeah, that's the Bible. That's written in the Bible. But my eldester Winter in Germany said a woman is not supposed to preach. A woman is not supposed to be behind the pulpit. And I believe that. I will go by that. But that's not the end of the story. Because then after that, this was, we usually finished beginning of December. It gets too busy. And then we needed a new pastor for the English congregation. And here we have a female pastor candidating, Ingrid Schulz. Wow, a female. She came, and she got involved in every and any meeting that happened. She visited the people. After a week and a half, there was no talk anymore about male or female. This is Ingrid. She's a pastor. We want her. And she was voted in, I think, for 99% or 100% the first time. And ever since, she has gotten that majority of the votes, almost always 100%. So the gender issue was not an issue. The giftedness was the issue. And they said, Ingrid is the born pastor. There is no pastor better than Ingrid. So that's how it happened at Ingrid. Somehow, I guess it was God's leading, that we did a good Bible study on women leadership And so it was ready for Ingrid to come. We didn't know that she would come. It was incredible.